What up? Shoutouts to Jacob fucking Jones. Today we're gonna do a video talking about we're gonna talk about vapes versus the Nicorette inhaler versus nicotine gum, and I'm not gonna smoke cigarettes on camera. So let's just talk about these. So I'm doing this because there's not a lot of information about Nicorette inhalers specifically online, like this one, what this is, and how this actually works. So what they do is they give you these capsules that look like this. They almost look like shotgun cartridges. And what it is that it's actually a capsule with like a sponge inside of it soaked in nicotine. And then what they do is that you put it inside one of these things. I'll just do this really quickly. And it's not like, there's very little information about this on YouTube actually. That's why I'm making this video. And I'm not here promoting smoking or any of this type of stuff. Anyway, so you put it inside, it punches a hole in it, and there's like a seal on both sides, so this actually punches a hole in both. And then when you actually hit it, it's really hard to pull through. I'd say it's 10 times harder than a vape to pull through, and if you're trying to like quit smoking or quit vaping, this makes inhaling so hard, and it doesn't taste like anything other than like pure nicotine and cotton ball, so it tastes terrible. It's really hard to hit. And you have to kind of put it in your mouth and hit it really, really hard. And when you exhale, there's no vapor. So let's watch this. Like I'm having to put it all the way in my mouth. I'm having to suck down in it like 10 times harder just to sort of like feel the nicotine come through. And then you have to do that maybe like 20 times. And then you can kind of start to feel the like burning sensation of nicotine in your mouth. And if you're like, my review of this is that if you're trying to quit smoking and you're trying to get off vaping and you don't want like the flavored like watermelon vape anymore, and you want to make vaping as unpleasant as possible for yourself, this is probably it. But because it definitely sort of like solves the whole hand to mouth motion, but the actual sucking motion I feel is really hard on your mouth all day long. And versus the gum's a lot more portable. You can dose the gum easier. The gum lasts longer because once you open one of these and put the actual cotton ball thing in, it doesn't taste good after about like an hour or so. So you have to kind of kill it immediately. Maybe last another day, but like you're gonna get maybe 20 to 30 minutes out of it. That's why they give you like in a pack. They give you like, this is $50 in Canada. They give you like 42 cartridges, which is essentially the same as the nicotine gum. So the nicotine gum, they also give you about like 40 units per box on average. Like versus just a vape where it's like you hit it once. And with the vape, what's happening is that there's a battery power almost like igniting the coil and heating the liquid, and it like pretty much pushes it through using like an automation process to sort of get the smoke out. But with this, it's like completely manual. And there's no vapor when you exhale it. All you're doing is you're just like pretty much sucking the nicotine vapor off the actual cotton ball into your mouth. So what I recommend, I would rate this probably like a 6 out of 10. Like it's like pretty bad, and it's just as expensive as a nicotine gum. But the thing about this though is that if you're really trying to quit smoking, this makes smoking so unpleasant and such a negative experience. Like you don't get any taste. It's really labor intensive to do it. And like you do get the nicotine in your brain, but it's like really slow. It's not the same as like the vape. Like the vape, you hit the vape, you instantly get like a huge head rush. You hit the vape like multiple times, you're gonna feel like you had half a cigarette. It's like, definitely better. Yeah, but the gum, the problem with the gum is that you end up chewing the gum like crazy. Like you buy a pack of that gum, you start chewing like the regular gum. Initially, like the nicotine burns, but then it stops burning. And then you just start chewing it like regular gum all the time. And the next thing you know, you're like addicted to nicotine gum. So I don't think that the gum is any better, to be honest. The nicotine inhaler, I think, is good if you're just really, like, I'd give it like a last-ditch effort. It's not cheap. I'm not sure if I'd ever buy one again. I actually give it like a pretty bad review. Like I'd probably, in terms of like quitting this, I'd probably recommend do the nicotine gum. And then if you really, really hate chewing the gum all the time or you get addicted to the gum, the nicotine inhaler can help you. It's definitely less toxic feeling than the vape. The problem with the vape is that you're just inhaling all the additional fumes all the time. So I just think that's definitely worse. And this video is not about promoting smoking. Like I'm doing this video because I went on YouTube and there's like no one really talking about the nicotine inhaler or even how it works actually. Like, I thought you're going to get it and you're going to hit it and it's going to be like a thorough through easy to sort of inhale experience, but it's not. It's like really, really, really hard to pull on. That or my whole box is broken. I can't tell, but like it's considering I've been using this for about a month straight. I'm assuming this is how they want you to use it. So yeah, that's a review on all three, and I think this is actually a pretty bad design from Nicorette. And I think they just designed this. It's really, really low tech, and it literally looks like a tampon applicator. Like if you actually look at the actual plastic piece, like it's literally just like a piece of plastic, and you have to go through the entire box of 42 units like this. Like when I first opened the box and I opened it up, I was like, what did I just buy? Like I feel like I just got ripped off. These things are so hard to smoke. And the funny thing about it though is that if you hit it, it makes literally like no vapor. So like if you're in a place where you can't vape inside, they're not going to say anything because you're literally sucking on a cotton ball. So yeah, if you're really, really like down bad and you don't want to vape anymore, like you hate vapes and you hate the nicotine gum and you really want to try this, it does work. It's so much more labor to get it. It really sucks the fun out of smoking completely, and I think that was the point of actually designing it. Like this is the most like punishing nicotine tool I can probably think of. So yeah, that's sort of my review. Shout out to Jacob fucking Jones. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And if you're watching this and you don't do nicotine or don't smoke, good for you. Don't ever start. But all I gotta say is that if you watch Alex Hormozzi's videos or like the Andrew Huberman podcast, those guys are chewing crazy amounts of nicotine gum. And I think I know why. And I think it does actually serve as a nootropic, and it kind of reduces Alzheimer's, especially as you get older. If you do it in really small quantities, I'm talking like if you do like maybe one piece a day or less, like you really shouldn't be doing more than like a couple of these pieces a week, to be honest, when you really need it. I've seen some dosages on Reddit about people who chew like a pack of nicotine gum a day. Like that's actually crazy. That's probably equivalent to smoking like 30 cigarettes a day. Those are like 1 pack a day little cigarette guys. Anyways, yeah, so that's my video. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm just doing this for like informational purposes, and I'll get back to talking about like party videos in the next one. Thank you guys.